Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
In the last lesson, we learned how to thank people by saying shukran and shukran jazilan. In this lesson, we learned some of the most common greetings used in Arabic-speaking countries. هل أنتم جاهزون? Are you ready? فلنبدأ, then let's start. The most common greeting is marhaban or hi. Marhaban. This is a general way to greet people when you see them. A more cultural greeting is assalamu alaikum. This means peace be with you and is generally used only by Muslims. We say it when we meet someone and also when we leave. Assalamu alaikum. Someone could respond to assalamu alaikum with marhaban or hi, but it is more polite to respond to such greetings in the corresponding way. Since assalamu alaikum means peace be with you, when greeted in that way, we should answer back with wa alaikum assalam, which literally means peace be with you too. Wa alaikum assalam. Whether you use marhaban, hi, or assalamu alaikum, it is also polite to ask the person how they are. Kayfa haluka? How are you? Kayfa haluka. Don't forget that in Arabic, the word you needs to have a gender. So, kayfa haluka is good if you are talking to a man, but if you are talking to a woman, you should ask kayfa haluki. Kayfa haluki. When it's time to leave, you can say wada'an or goodbye. Wada'an. The other person can reply ma'a salama, which means be safe. Ma'a salama. Let's review the phrases you've learned in this lesson. Marhaban is hi. Assalamu alaikum is peace be with you. The response is wa alaikum assalam. Kayfa haluka or kayfa haluki is how are you. Wada'an is goodbye. And ma'a salama is be safe. Now it's time for Carol's tips. If you're leaving and you want to show the person that you would like to see them again, you can use ila liqa, meaning see you, or ila liqa'i qariban, see you soon. ila liqa'i qariban. In the last lesson, we learned the most common forms of greetings in Arabic. Do you remember them? We introduced marhaban and assalamu alaikum, as well as shukran and ila liqa. In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Arabic, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Are you ready? Then let's start. Here's the basic way to ask if someone speaks English. هل تتكلم الإنجليزية? If you are talking to a male. And هل تتكلمين الإنجليزية? If you are talking to a female. هل تتكلم الإنجليزية؟ هل تتكلمين الإنجليزية؟ هل means do. You and speak are merged in the same word تتكلم for males and تتكلمين for females. إنجليزية means English. This is an indirect way of asking someone to speak to you in English. There are many ways of making it clear that you're asking the person to speak English to you. For example, هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية? Means, could you speak English? هل بإمكانك means, could you? Are you able to? Or, is it possible to? And is referring to the ability of the person to speak English. Again, if you're talking to a female, you should change the last accent of ka to ki. So the question becomes, هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية? التكلم means speaking, and بالإنجليزية is in English. To be more formal, we could add the word please to the request to make it هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية من فضلك؟ In this case, the question cannot mean the person's ability to speak English anymore, because you are obviously asking them to speak English to you. Since in Arabic the word please literally means from your favor, it should also be changed according to the person's gender. So, in case of a female, we should also change the ka ending of please in min fadlika to min fadliki. The question becomes هل بإمكانك التكلم بالإنجليزية من فضلك? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. نعم, yes. نعم. قليلاً, a little. قليلاً. There are a few ways of saying no in Arabic. لا or كلا. No, I don't speak English is لا أنا لا أتكلم الإنجليزية. لا أنا لا أتكلم الإنجليزية. It is exactly the same structure as in English. لا is no, أنا is I, لا means don't. أتكلم is I speak, and الإنجليزية is English. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say لا before the verb أتكلم or speak. لا literally means no, but when placed before a verb, it negates this verb, becoming don't or doesn't. Notice also that the verb أتكلم is slightly different than تتكلم, which we learned before. Remember, the verb changes depending on the pronoun used. We are not talking about أنا, Arabic for I, thus I do not speak is أنا لا أتكلم. Now it's time for Carol's tips. For those of you who are not native English speakers, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Arab people study other languages at school, depending on the country they live in, so maybe you'll get lucky. Just substitute الإنجليزية with الفرنسية for French, الإيطالية for Italian, الإسبانية for Spanish, or الألمانية for German.
Want to speak real Arabic from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ArabicPod101.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Fayhan and this is Arabic Top Words. Today's lesson is going to be about 10 ways to save the planet in Arabic. So let's begin. إعادة التصنيع or إعادة التدوير. To recycle. إعادة التصنيع or إعادة التدوير. To recycle. So for example, you can say إعادة التصنيع مشروع هايل, which means recycling is a good project. Or you can say إعادة التدوير مشروع هايل, which is the same thing. Recycling is a good project. يحمي, to protect. يحمي, to protect. For example, you can say عايزين نحمي البيئة من التلوث. We have to protect the environment from pollution. إعادة الاستخدام, to reuse. إعادة الاستخدام, to reuse. إعادة الاستخدام بتحافظ على موارد البيئة, which means reusing helps reserve natural resources. يحافظ, to conserve. يحافظ, to conserve. For example, you can say عايزين نعمل حملة توعية للحفاظ على المياه. We want to start an awareness campaign to conserve the water. تقليل الزبالة, to reduce trash. تقليل الزبالة, to reduce trash. And here we can use a word we previously learned, which is إعادة التصنيع or إعادة التدوير, which means to recycle. And we can have a sentence like إعادة التصنيع, إعادة التدوير بتقلل الزبالة. Recycling helps reducing trash. الاهتمام بالبيئة, to care for the environment. الاهتمام بالبيئة, to care for the environment. For example, you can say الجمعية دي من أهدافها الاهتمام بالبيئة. This organization aims for caring for the environment. استخدام منتجات صديقة للبيئة, to use eco-friendly products. استخدام منتجات صديقة للبيئة, which means to use eco-friendly products. So for example, you can say الشركة دي منتجاتها صديقة للبيئة. This company's products are eco-friendly. تقليل تلوث الهواء, to reduce air pollution. تقليل تلوث الهواء, to reduce air pollution. محتاجين قوانين جديدة لتقليل تلوث الهواء, which means we need new regulations to reduce air pollution. تقليل تلوث المياه, to reduce water pollution. تقليل تلوث المياه, to reduce water pollution. So for example, you can say المصانع لازم تقلل تلوث المياه. Factories need to reduce water pollution. ترشيد الاستهلاك to reduce consumption. ترشيد الاستهلاك to reduce consumption. So for example, you can say عشان نحافظ على الأرض محتاجين نرشد الاستهلاك. To protect the earth, we need to reduce consumption. Hi everyone, welcome to Arabic Top Words. Today we'll do the 20 words you will need for the beach. نظارة الشمس sunglasses. نظارة الشمس sunglasses. اشتريت نظارة شمس جديدة. I bought new sunglasses. شط beach. شط beach. For example, النهاردة هنفطر على الشط. Today we'll have breakfast on the beach. سباحة swimming. سباحة swimming. رياضتي المفضلة هي السباحة. My favorite sport is swimming. شمس sun. شمس sun. النهاردة الشمس حامية قوي. The sun is too hot today. شجر النخيل or نخل. palm tree. نخل or شجر النخيل, which means palm tree. For example, you can say في مصر دايما بنزرع شجر نخيل على الطرق. In Egypt, we usually plant palm trees alongside of the road. صدفة seashell. صدفة seashell. For example, هنروح نجمع صدف من على الشط. We will go collect some seashells from the beach. مايو swimsuit. مايو a swimsuit. هلبس المايو وانزل البحر شوية. I'll put on my swimsuit and swim in the sea for a while. بحر sea. بحر sea. البحر لونه حلو قوي النهاردة. The sea has a beautiful color today. في البحر سمكة سمكة. jet ski. jet ski. jet ski, which means jet ski. For example, you can say نفسي أركب jet ski. I want to ride a jet ski. فوطة towel. فوطة, which means a towel. ممكن تديني فوطة? Would you give me a towel? جردل bucket. جردل bucket. هات الجردل. Bring the bucket. Icebox cooler. Icebox, which means a cooler. For example, معايا فاكهة في الicebox. I have some fruits in the cooler. المد والجزر tide. المد والجزر tide. المد والجزر قوي قوي النهاردة. The tide is very strong today. tan. tan. tan, which means a tan. For example, عايزة أخد tan. I want to get a tan. الغطس diving. الغطس diving. يلا نروح نغطس في شرم الشيخ. Let's go diving in Sharm. شبشب flip flop. شبشب flip flop. مش لاقية الشبشب بتاعي. I cannot find my flip flops. Sunscreen. sunscreen. sunscreen, which means a sunscreen. For example, you can say نسيت أحط sunscreen. I forgot to put on my sunscreen. شمسية umbrella. شمسية umbrella. محتاجين شمسية كبيرة. We need a big umbrella. لعب البحر beach toys. لعب البحر beach toys. For example, ضيعت لعب البحر. I lost my beach toys. عوامة floaters. عوامة floaters. الأطفال بيلبسوا عوامات قبل ما ينزلوا البحر. Children put on floaters before they swim in the sea. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Why don't you tell us below about your favorite beach words? And don't forget to subscribe and like this video and visit our website arabicpod101.com. Bye bye! Hi everyone, I am Perihan and this is Arabic Top Words. Today we're going to do 10 phrases for surviving back to school. Let's get started. شنطة ظهر backpack. The first word we have is شنطة الظهر. شنطة الظهر backpack. For example, امبارح اشتريت شنطة ظهر. Yesterday I bought a backpack. زميل classmate. زميل زميل a classmate. For example, ندى هتروح مع زمايلها. ندى هتروح مع زمايلها. ندى will go back home with her classmates. واجب homework. واجب homework. For example, يلا اعمل الواجب. Do your homework. امتحان exam. امتحان exam. For example, عندي بكرة امتحان. I have an exam tomorrow. أجازة الصيف summer break. أجازة الصيف summer break. For example, أجازة الصيف إمتى? When is the summer break? مدرسة school. مدرسة school. For example, مدرستي جنب البيت. مدرستي جنب البيت. My school is beside my house. يذاكر, to study. يذاكر, to study. For example, هذاكر رياضة النهاردة. هذاكر رياضة النهاردة. I'll study math today. This is how I study math. إحنا في نفس الفصل. We're in the same class. إحنا في نفس الفصل. Yes. إحنا في نفس الفصل. إحنا في نفس الفصل. We're in the same class. إيه المواد اللي بتاخدها؟ What classes are you taking? إيه المواد اللي بتاخدها؟ إيه المواد اللي بتاخدها؟ What classes are you taking? اتخصصت في إيه؟ What's your major? اتخصصت في إيه؟ اتخصصت في إيه؟ What's your major? And in Egypt we usually have two answers. It's either علمي or أدبي. علمي means science, like a science major where you study chemistry, math, and biology, or أدبي, أدبي, arts, where you study geography, history, economy, and I'm missing something. Philosophy. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to tell us about your favorite subject in school, and also don't forget to like, subscribe, and visit our website, ArabicPod101.com. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Nobody said it was easy. Hi everyone, I'm Pirhan, and this is 10 must-know autumn vocabulary. Let's get started. Sweater, sweater, sweater. And in English it's sweater. Wow. You can also say jacket. For example, you can say السويتر الأحمر هيليق على لبسك. The red sweater matches your clothes. You can say also الجاكيت الأحمر هيليق على لبسك. Usually we use jacket more than sweater. بتمطر, rainy. بتمطر, rainy. For example, you can say الدنيا دلوقتي بتمطر. It's raining now. Or if you want to say it's about to rain, you can say الدنيا شكلها هتمطر. هوا, windy. هوا, windy. هوا also means air. For example, you can say النهاردة الجو هوا. Today it's windy. You can also say النهاردة الجو هوا قوي. Today it's very windy. There's like a new song like هوا 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 هوا. She saw like the guy she has a crush on and she was like, oh هوا هوا. It's so funny. برد, cold. برد, cold. For example, you can say امبارح الجو كان برد قوي. Yesterday the weather was so cold. You can also say ساقع. It also means cold. And you can say امبارح الجو كان ساقع قوي. برد also means cold as in catching cold. So for example, you can say الأسبوع اللي فات كله كان عندي برد. Last week I had a cold. الخريف, autumn. الخريف, autumn. For example, you can say الخريف ابتدى. Autumn started. السحاب, clouds. السحاب, which means clouds. For example, you can say السحاب كتير قوي. There are so many clouds. Or for example, you can say السحابة دي شكلها عامل زي الحصان. This cloud looks like a horse, and so on. For example. قميص بكم, long-sleeved shirt. قميص بكم, long-sleeved shirt. For example, you can say الراجل اللي لابس قميص بكم هو صاحب المحل. The man in a long-sleeved shirt is the owner of the shop. Or for example, you can say النهاردة الدنيا حر فهشمر كم القميص. Which means today the weather is so hot, so I'm gonna roll up my sleeves. ورق الشجر, leaves. ورق الشجر, leaves. ورق الشجر means tree leaves. So ورق means leaves and شجر means trees. So tree leaves. For example, you can say الجنينة مليانة ورق شجر. The garden is full of leaves. Or ألوان ورق الخريف جميلة جدا. The colors of the autumn leaves are so beautiful. عيد الشكر, Thanksgiving. The next one is عيد الشكر, Thanksgiving. For example, you can say النهاردة بيحتفلوا بعيد الشكر في أمريكا. They are celebrating Thanksgiving in the USA today. مغيمة, cloudy. مغيمة, cloudy. For example, you can say الدنيا كانت مغيمة أوي الصبح. It was very cloudy in the morning. You can say الدنيا مغيمة أوي دلوقتي شكلها هتمطر. Today it looks very cloudy. I think it's about to rain. That's it for today. I hope you liked the lesson. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and visit our website, ArabicPod101.com.
Hi guys, my name is Nora from ArabicPod101.com. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I will answer some of your most common Arabic questions. The question for this lesson is, are there feminine and masculine inanimate objects in Arabic? Well, I have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that unlike French and Spanish, Arabic doesn't have gender-specific articles. Yay! In Arabic, we use the definite article al for both genders, and there is no indefinite article at all. Double yay! There is more good news. You can tell what gender a noun is from its structure. If you see a ha sound, commonly known as ta marbuta, at the end of a word, then it's definitely feminine and will be conjugated as such. For example, the word shajara, meaning tree. Now for the bad news. There are a lot of nouns that don't end in ta marbuta, but they're still feminine nouns. However, there aren't a lot of them, and once you know that they're feminine nouns, you just have to memorize them the way they are. An example of this is sahara, meaning desert. The final part of the noun, is an indication that the word is most likely a feminine noun. It could also be a masculine noun, like the word ma, meaning water, which is masculine, so this rule only works with certain structures. But there isn't always a helpful indication. For instance, the word shams, meaning sun, is a feminine word. Do you see a ta marbuta? Nope. You have to consciously remember that it's a feminine noun. The last thing you need to know about Arabic feminine and masculine nouns is that they change the conjugation of any verb or adjective that describes them. For instance, we'll look at a noun-adjective-verb sentence for a masculine noun and for a feminine noun. الفتى الطويل يغني. The tall boy is singing. الفتاة الطويلة تغني. The tall girl is singing. The first one is masculine and the second one is feminine. See the slight difference in conjugation? Namely, the ta marbuta in the end of الطويلة and the ta in the beginning of تغني. Although this might seem challenging at first, it will feel like second nature with practice. If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below and I will see you in the next episode. Salam. Hi everyone, my name is Nora. Welcome to Ask an Arabic Teacher, where I will answer some of your most common Arabic questions. The question for this lesson is, what do country names look like in Arabic? Don't you want to know how your country is pronounced in Arabic? Let's see some of the popular ones. First, let's see some African country names. Aljazair, Algeria. Al-Maghrib, Morocco. Janub Afriqa, South Africa. Madagascar, Madagascar. Ghana, Ghana. Misr, Egypt. What about Egypt's name, Misr? It sounds pretty different from English, doesn't it? Now let's see some European and Asian country names. Syria, Syria. Lebanon, Lebanon. Palestine, Palestine. Iran, Iran. Pakistan, Pakistan. Al-Hind, India. Malaysia, Malaysia. Indonesia, Indonesia. Russia, Russia. الصين, China. اليابان, Japan. Turkey, Turkey. اليونان, Greece. Italia, Italy. فرنسا, France. España, Spain. ألمانيا, Germany. المملكة المتحدة, UK. What about these two? They sound very different. النمسا, Austria. The word النمسا has Slavic origins. المجر, Hungary. المجر, which is another word for Hungary. Now let's see some country names in the Americas and the Pacific. أمريكا, America. الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية, the US. Canada, Canada. المكسيك Mexico. Colombia Colombia. البرازيل Brazil. الأرجنتين Argentina. أستراليا Australia. New Zealand New Zealand. Other than that, many country names in the world are very similar between Arabic and English. You might have to add an L before it or an A sound after it. All in all, they sound pretty similar. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and I will see you in the next episode. Salam. Hi everyone, my name is Nora and this is Ask an Arabic Teacher. The question for this lesson is, are Arabic expressions affected by religion? There are a lot of expressions in Arabic that have Islamic origins. The Quran, which is the holy book of Muslims, was originally written in Arabic. Islam itself emerged from the Gulf region, which is historically an Arabic-speaking region. So it's no wonder that even modern-day Arabic is heavily influenced by Islam. These expressions shifted from being specifically religious to being purely cultural, meaning that many non-Muslim Arabs use them as well. Let's see some of these expressions. First we have Insha'Allah. Insha'Allah. Insha'Allah literally means if God wills. It implies that everything happens with the will of God and only if God wills. We use this expression after we say that we will do something or that something will happen or expect it to happen. For example, I will meet you at 6 o'clock, Insha'Allah. Notice the uncertainty in this expression. Many people exploit this expression and use it to mean that they probably won't do what they said they will. So be careful. Next we have Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah literally means thanks be to God. We use this expression not only when something good happens, but also if something bad happens. The implications is that it could have been worse, so we should be thankful to God anyway. Here's a sentence example. I got into an accident, but I came out of it with some bruises, Alhamdulillah. Now, let's see the expression ربنا معك. ربنا معك. This one has many versions in different dialects. We're looking at the Egyptian version. It literally means may God be with you. Egyptians use it when they basically want to say good luck, implying that godly power is way stronger and more important than luck. For example, good luck on your exams. ربنا معك في الامتحان. The Levantine version of this is Allah يعينك. Allah يعينك. And there are many other versions, of course. You can use them on their own, of course, as long as they're in context. I hope you liked our lesson, and I will see you in the next episode, inshallah. Salam.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.